So we're just doing an Achilles. You see there was a surgery here, and had some issues with this, and he's been doing really well at the first visits. But basically, I got to set here. I'm going to probably put it on probably 8 or 9 to start for the energy level, and then we'll start down by the tendon here, and then he'll let me know if there's anything too uncomfortable. But basically, I'm just going to deliver this here, find different spots as we go. You let me know when you feel something extra, Bob.
Yep.
Actually, I think with this tough tissue, and since you've been doing well, we're going to increase it quite a bit here.
Yeah,
okay.
very good.
Yeah, and then, but if it felt too intense, I wouldn't be increasing it. But since he's been doing well, this has been like the third time he's had this done. So
That's a really good area.
yeah, you can feel and you can hear it pop. A lot of times I can hear it pop a different frequency when I know it's kind of breaking stuff up. Or whatever it's doing, sending that sound wave through there, and it's creating this like shearing effect, and you can almost hear it. But when you have like a post-surgical issue, and then a lot of times we'll put some back pressure on it, and actually sometimes, you know, especially if I was doing a foot, you actually can kind of feel it in your hand because it literally goes through to the opposite side of the whole limb. You know, it's basically like a flashlight sending that beam straight in. Doing okay in here?
Yeah, that's a great area.
Yeah, that's the spot.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
It's more midline for you. Like a little bit side, but like mostly it's like right on that tendon. Things get scarred and adhered to each other, and then you can't move well. And like, you know, what's been happening is that whole area was just kind of gummed up. So anytime you tried to move, you really couldn't get much development of that calf muscle into the tendon. And so now things are starting to break up. Now he's starting to get a little more active work in those muscles, which is great. That's what we want. So, right there.
Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah.
area. Yep.
So find that sweet spot. So a lot of times, you know, we look into the tendon and we have some issues there, but a lot of times it's this area north, like where the tendon blends into the muscle. Things get scarred down and adhered. So the more we can kind of look at these spots, listen for feedback from the client, knowing what's going on, and then I can kind of work my way up. And even up here, I know he's got some gummy stuff up into the calf too.
Right there's a good spot.
Yeah, he's like, hello. Yeah. But we want to make sure we address all those spots to get the best possible outcomes. So a lot of times, most times what I'm doing for people, it's around that 1,000 shockwaves for the whole area. Especially for an ankle, it just depends on what else is going on with it. We see a lot of calf strains, calf pulls that do really well with this as well. So it's very similar to this. Like he's post-surgical, but we have areas that get scarred up. Yeah, here. Yeah. It might be hard to hear sometimes when I'm talking over it, but it'll make a different noise when you're in. And I've done this enough now, I kind of know, ooh, that's a spot typically, and then I get the confirmation from the person. Yep. Because sometimes when they're face down, that you can't see the reaction, or you know, if it's super intense, you'll see them jump. That's too much. You know, you should be feeling like, ooh, that's something. I feel like it's really uncomfortable, but in a good way. It kind of hurts so good type feeling, you know, and that's, you know, a lot of these folks are athletes. They know what pain is like. They know when the right pain is, what isn't. So, okay, we'll turn that off. What I'm just going to do is move some ultrasound gel up here, and we'll just see what's going on a little higher. And then we'll come back down to the bottom, and we'll finish the treatment. Yeah, a little bit there. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, that tissue just kind of blends more into muscle up in here.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Makes a different popping noise.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. That's good.
So whenever I find a spot, I just kind of hang out there. You can see how sometimes I slip off. It's just a little slippery. Sometimes I gotta kind of maintain my pressure, but the idea is just sending that energy in, letting that healing go through that spot. So and I'm just gonna work my way back down to finish up my shocks. Yep.
Yep. Feels really good.
Yeah. Okay. And that's about it. So that's kind of the idea of just going through that. So yeah, there's an Achilles calf treatment.